Baby, we run it up. Get to the minute the sun is up. There's no rest to my sun it down. Working for it, get your money up. Believe it on God.
Hey guys, what up? Welcome back. Yo, it's always a good day when Token drops a track because he's one of the realest rappers that are left. Yo, and I know that he's got some other stuff in the pipeline with Ren. So yo, this year's going to be such a good year for Token and everybody else associated with him. But bro, this one's called Not Supposed to Be It from the album Not Supposed to Be Here. Thanks for being watching, requesting, liking, commenting, doing all the good stuff. But don't forget to press subscribe. Let's jump on it, man. Your big years 2025.
Alright. Yeah. At 13 I joined Cyphers in Boston, I took the train. My first time out the North Shore before touring to fame. Surrounded by these black and Spanish dudes, mid or late 20s. They could tell I lived a sheltered life, they still chose to respect me. I was timid, they were braver. I was spit, but they were better. Talking about much realer things, dead friends and gang pressure. I would just rap about rapping, but they still were never haters. Hugging my mom when they met her, told her son's gonna be major.
Yo, that's straight respect. That's straight respect, yo. The hugging my mum when they met her, that's brah. Told him he's gonna be massive, he's gonna make it. But that whole thing there where people just not invite you in, but just welcome you in with open arms, yo, because we're all part of our rap community. We're all part of this music community. Yo, you say that these guys out there weren't even rapping the same things as me, because I led a sheltered life. Yo, it weren't the same life as what we were all living. Everybody leads different paths, different lives. Then we talk about gangs and all sorts. I'll just talk about rapping. Yo, I'm just talking about something that means something to me. Rapping. I'm not in the gangs. I'm not into any of that shit. But bruh, yo, when you're talented, when you've got something about you, people just welcome you in with open arms. That's ridiculously good.
Until I lived a sheltered life, they still chose to respect me.
Respect.
I was timid, they were braver. I was spit, but they were better. Talking about much realer things, dead friends and gang pressure. I would just rap about rapping, but they still were never haters. Hugging my mom when they met her, told her son's gonna be major. My dad wasn't the bravest, so I looked up to those dudes as real men, my motivation. We're more talented than me, they set the bar that I was chasing. Fast forward, I'm the only one who made it. Now I'm not supposed to be here.
Bruh. Yo, he said, my dad wasn't the bravest, so yo, these guys were kind of like the ones that brought me up and kind of, well, the ones that showed me the ropes out there. And I wasn't the best, but I was the only one that made it. I'm not supposed to be here. Man, it's like, yo, they set that bar and I aspired to be as good as them, but I'm the only one that made it. Man.
So I looked up to those dudes as real men, my motivation. We're more talented than me. They set the bar that I was chasing. Fast forward, I'm the only one who made it. Now I'm not supposed to be here.
Straight role models, man. Yo, Token's talking real life stuff. Stories.
My neighbors drive a Tesla, young daughter in the backseat. Get mad when I whip fast down the cul-de-sac, happy. My other neighbors are an older couple, maybe 60s. Probably worked their whole life to get that house and drive that Bentley. 4 levels, big door, long tall stairs. On the other side, there's a crib like theirs. 3 young kids, early 20s, no parents. Every Friday night, 8 other cars are next to theirs, and I wonder what they think.
Yo, hang on, because he's talking some real life stuff. Like, yo, my neighbour's got a Tesla, young girl in the backseat, young kid in the backseat. Sat shouting at me when I'm speeding down that cul-de-sac. On the other side, old couple, probably worked all their lives to live there. But because of the hard work and dedication that I put into music, I've been able to afford to have these well, not riches, but I've been able to afford to live where I live at this young age in my life. And there's me, 2 other mates, and every Friday night the boys come round, 8 other cars there. So yo, what are these other people thinking that they've worked all their lives for what I've been able to achieve in such a short span of my life? Oh, it's just talking real life stuff. Just real life stuff.
On the other side, there's a crib like theirs. 3 young kids, early 20s, no parents. Every Friday night, 8 other cars are next to theirs, and I wonder what they think. Do they even know there's just that one kid paying for it? The 2 others are his bros, getting used to a lifestyle they may never reach alone. They think that I'm doing them a favor, but I don't know. What happens when I wanna move or wanna be alone? Am I selfish? Do I trick my friends with life that ain't their own? 5-star meals, cleaning ladies are the norm. I love my fucking dogs, I do anything for them.
Yo, I'm kind of conflicted about that part. Because I always say, right, if I ever like won the lottery or anything like that, I'd have to give my closest friends some money so they can live the lifestyle that I want to live. Because if not, you're just going to be lonely. So what he's saying is, yo, do my neighbours know that there's only one person paying for these? And the other two guys, yo, they're not like contributing, but they're along in quotations for the ride. So I'm not alone, so I'm not by myself. But is it leading his friends into a false sense of security? Because if Token falls off, if Token decides to put down the microphone and is like, yo, I'm done, and then can't afford to pay. It's kind of like Entourage. Do you ever watch the TV show Entourage? If you can't afford to like pay for other people's lifestyles as well as your own, then what's going to happen to these two guys? What's going to happen to his two mates? Are they going to be able to fund themselves? Because he said, yo, I don't know if these guys can afford the lifestyle they live now. What if, it's a whole like what if, and the pressure that Token must feel because he's now providing for somebody else. What if Token meets somebody, settles down, has kids? The two dudes can't always be around, can't all live in a big house together. What if? And then it's the pressure of, yo, I need to carry on providing because that's what they're used to. Man, that's so deep.
Am I selfish? Do I trick my friends with life that ain't their own? 5-star meals, cleaning ladies are their norm. I love my fucking dogs, I do anything for them. I wanna take them with me everywhere, that's what I do it for. But all they gon' resent me if one day I cannot do it no more. Feel like I'm tricking fate and all these blessings might disguise a spoiled kid with homies. I gotta remind that we not supposed to be here.
But that's exactly what I've just been saying. He summed it up better than I tried to sum it up in my 2 minutes of talking. He summed it up a lot better than what I did.
Mind that we not supposed to be here.
Such an unorthodox track this as well.
It could be just coincidence or maybe fate planned it. The house that I moved into with my money from Atlantic was my dream house, till I realized where I got the dream from. It looked exactly like my best friend's house in 7th grade, the same house I used to steal from. When he was out of town, I used to break it with my older friend and look around and take anything of value that I saw. The most ironic part about it all is that the kid who lived there wasn't just a friend. He was the only kid who convinced me to put my music on the internet without...
Mate, that is ridiculous. Looking round now, I noticed that everything now is what I aspired to be when I was younger. Looking round my mate's house, the house that he had, the house that I used to break into and steal stuff from, that's a house that I've always wanted in my life. And with the first deal that I got from Atlantic, I bought that. I bought that house. I achieved that dream. It's kind of like his life's gone full circle, like a complete circle. I don't know if... I thought my screen went off then, when it went completely black.
That I saw.
Then.
The most ironic part about it all is that the kid who lived there wasn't just a friend.
That's ridiculous.
He was the only kid who convinced me to put my music on the internet.
That's ridiculous. The kid that lived there wasn't just a friend. He's the one that pushed me. He said, yo, put this music out. You'll make something of yourself. You've got so much talent, so much potential to do something with your life. I wonder what's happened to that kid now. But the one that I used to steal from is the one that pushed him to be who he is. I wonder if we'll find out what that kid's doing now.
Friend, he was the only kid who convinced me to put my music on the internet. Without him, I never would be on these steps. Now this house is just a stark reminder of the bad friend I've always been. Liar that I've always been. Cheater and deceiver still. Lucky motherfucker, but know how to play the victim still. They tell me I fell off and fans defend me. Nah, it's okay. I promise I'm not even supposed to be here in the first place.
Yo, that bit there. I look around this house and it just shows how much of a bad friend I've been, how much of a cheater and a liar I've been.
Put my music on the internet. Without him, I never would be on these steps. Now this house is just a stark reminder of the bad friend I've always been. Liar that I've always been. Cheater and deceiver still. Lucky motherfucker, but know how to play the victim still. They tell
Lucky motherfucker, but knows how to play the victim still. That's a line. That is a line.
Liar that I've always been. Cheater and deceiver still. Lucky motherfucker, but know how to play the victim still. They tell me I fell off and fans defend me. Nah, it's okay. I promise I'm not even supposed to be here in the first place.
Yo, we'll defend you to the end. Duck Hunter. Right, guys, that's that one done. Yo, that was so real. Everything about that was so real. I missed doing that Duck Hunter one because I actually listened to it. And I was like, well, I can't actually do a reaction to it now that I've listened to it. So that Duck Hunter didn't go amiss. I've listened to it, but never did a reaction for it. Right, guys, that's that one done. That was the realest shit I've heard this year. That was straight up the realest shit that I've heard this year. Thanks so much for watching till the end. I don't know about anything that I missed. See you guys at the next one.